Alrighty guys, welcome back for another Dokkan Battle video, and today we're going to be going over every single thing that came in the data download last night. So, we are going to begin with the two new units, the Super Saiyan GT Goku, and then the Super Saiyan Vegeta. Alright, so let's start with Goku. Both Goku and Vegeta lead GT Heroes, 3 key 170% stats, and then Goku leads Goku's family, 3 key and 150% to stats. His super attack effects is he greatly raises attack and then only raises defense for one turn, and then just greatly lowers defense, which is basically meaningless. He gets a 180% attack at the start of turn and 120% to defense. He randomly changes key spheres to rainbow key spheres. He gets an additional 20% attack when performing a super attack per key sphere. So again, the more key spheres, the harder he's going to hit. And then he gets an additional 50% defense per GT Hero category ally attacking in the same turn. And then his active skill massively raises attack and then causes ultimate damage to the enemy, with the condition being he needs to perform 4 or more super attacks, which not exactly the best condition, because you would have to double super every single time he's on rotation in order to get it on turn 5 or 6, so not the best condition in the world. But again, I mean, it's better than having an HP and then a turn restriction and then having a certain character as well. Yes, I'm talking about Gohan. I still hate your active skill condition. Alright, links are actually pretty good. You know, Golden Warrior, Super Saiyan, Saiyan Lineage, Kamehameha, Prepared for Battle. So he's going to link really well with a lot of units, and then his categories as well. I mean, he's really just like a huge buff to already like categories that really didn't need it, like Goku's family, Pure Saiyans, Kamehameha, Giant 8 Power, and all that. But you know, it's always good to have a little bit of diversity in it, because now since he's a Rainbow Orb Changer, you know, he's gonna make all these categories just explode with relevancy. All right. Next up is Vegeta. Again, he is also GT Heroes, but then he's Vegeta's family, 3 key 150% to stats. Super attack effect is literally the same. He has the same start of turn attack and defense. He randomly changes key spheres to rainbow key spheres, except he gets an additional 10% attack and defense per key sphere obtained on super attack. So again, the buff is actually much better than if he immediately got the buff. And then he gets an additional 50% attack per GT Hero category allies attacking in the same turn. And then active skill condition is still the same. He needs to do 4 more super attacks, which of course we know, not exactly the best condition. And then links again are super good, except he has Prodigies and Royal Lineage. And then, yep, that's basically it. And then I would say Vegeta's probably the better one when it comes to the categories that he's buffing, just because he's bringing more relevance to like these smaller categories, such as Worthy Rivals, Prodigal Warriors, and Vegeta's family, which again desperately needed the buff. Alright, so now we are going to talk about Grandpa Gohan and Pan. Let's see what they do now, because again, before, this unit was not the best, but you know, it is what it is. Alright, so they're Kamehameha, 3 key with 77% to stats. Super attack raises attack and defense for 1 turn. I mean, it would have been nice if they made it greatly raise attack and defense, you know? They get 100% attack when performing a super attack and a great chance of an additional 100% attack and 50% defense with each super attack performed, up to 100%. It's been a while since I've used this unit. What? So they get the 100% attack? Yeah, I mean, I got that part. And then they have a 70% chance of getting an additional 100% attack and 50% defense. But they would have to super twice in order to get their full defense. Alright. 3 key and 50% attack and defense when there's another Goku's family category ally attacking in the same turn. Recovers HP with candy. They seem to be decent. I don't know if they're super good. I would say I actually prefer... Actually, no, that's inaccurate, but... I just wish they got rid of this. Just make this guaranteed. Who cares? I'm not gonna break the game. They're gonna be decent. Nothing really special to write home about. That's all I'm gonna say. They're okay. Their links are what's probably gonna kill them. Because again, courage, solid support, like, come on. We could have given them something way better than that. And then their categories, dude. Kamehameha, joined forces, Goku's family. And then their stats. It's a decent unit. I mean, I have them rainbowed, but geez, they are not, like, they're not that impressive. But alright. Okay, let's see if Little Great Saiyaman can be a lot better than they were. Okay, so he's youth 3 key, 77% to stats. He still raises defense. He gets a 90% attack and defense at the start of turn. He gets an additional 7% attack up to 77% and a chance of performing a critical hit plus 7% up to 49% with each attack performed. He launches an additional attack with 3 or more key spheres obtained. Launches another additional attack with 5 more key spheres obtained and performs a critical hit with 7 or more key spheres obtained. Recovers HP with candy. So yeah, he's actually, I mean, he really only got stats buffs. Like, they really only buffed this part of his passive. And like this to like an extra 7%. Though they did add, if you give him 7 or more, it's a guaranteed crit. So, that's actually not that bad. But for what he is, a free-to-play unit, this Little Great Saiyaman, I would say, is a lot better than the Grandpa Gohan. Oh, where is he? A lot better than the Grandpa Gohan. I like this Little Great Saiyaman way better. And then links are decent except for Money. That's basically it. And then Hero of Justice, but, you know, they kind of had to put it on him because he is a Little Great Saiyaman unit. So, I mean, he's actually probably better than Grandpa Gohan for sure. Again, sorry, Grandpa Gohan, you guys are just really weird. I wasn't a huge fan of this unit when they came out. Like, they're very wonky. But, alright. I mean, Little Great Saiyaman does seem to be very good. He's going to be super good for long events. Again, he's going to be a huge buff to all of the categories that he's on, especially things like Defenders of Justice, Youth, and then Hybrid Saiyans. Again, for the long events, you can bring this Little Great Saiyaman, no problem. Alright, now it's Giru. Again, this is the free-to-play unit that came out during the 4th year anniversary. He's Dragon Ball Seekers 3 key, 77% to stats. He raises attack and defense for 1 turn and seals super attack. He gets 70% attack and defense at the start of turn. He gets 2 key and another 70% attack and defense and a high chance of evading enemies' attacks when there's a Hybrid Saiyans category ally on the team. And then he gives Dragon Ball Seekers 3 key, 40% attack and defense. Alright. Again, this Giru is way better than the Grandpa Gohan unit. So he gets 140% attack and defense. He gives himself 2 key. He has a 50% chance to dodge if there's a Hybrid Saiyans category ally on the team, which is not going to be as hard as you guys think, because again, the main place where you're going to be running this guy is going to be Dragon Ball Seekers, because he's buffing the Dragon Ball Seekers category allies with 3 key and 40% attack and defense, which, if we just quickly pull up, B-Pan is on Hybrid Saiyans and she just got an easy A. This Bulma right here is actually still runnable, so, you know, she is also... Oh, wait, she's not on Hybrid Saiyans, though. Well, I mean, I guess now the Hybrid Saiyans thing could be probably the biggest detriment to him, but again, you're probably going to be running B-Pan anyway, so it doesn't really matter. But, yeah, I mean, Space Traveling Warriors, I'm not sure if there are any. But yeah, I just run B-Pan in this little unit right here as a rotation and you're set. Because he's buffing not only himself, but he's also buffing B-Pan. So I mean, he is quirky for sure. Though I mean, the hybrid Saiyans condition is probably not the best, but again, this Giru unit does seem to be, you know, at least decent, way better than the Grandpa Gohan unit. But his links are probably going to be the worst part about him, because, you know, more than meets the eye, things like Flea, solid support, mechanical menaces, like, it's not the most common, but you know, if you do somehow get those links active, he should be able to put up both defensively and offensively some good numbers. And then the last one is B-Pan herself. So what I've heard from a lot of people is they didn't really do a whole lot with her, is what I've just basically been told, that, you know, they could have done a lot more with her, but I do think they really didn't need to. You know, I'll show you what you guys I'm talking about in a bit. Alright, her leader skill is basically fodder, no one really pays attention to that. Super attack causes colossal damage with a medium chance to stun, so that's a 30% chance to stun, and it is a 2-turn stun. Yeah, 2-turn stun. And then 18 key greatly raises attack for 1 turn, and then with also a medium chance to stun. High chance of 3 key, and then plus an additional high chance of 3 key, so she could basically give herself 6 key at the start of turn. Recovers 33% of damage dealt as HP. That's very good. And then she gets the guaranteed 55% damage reduction. So I see what people are talking about where she didn't have a whole lot given to her, but I do think she's still way better than people are giving her credit for. Number one, her stunning is now 30%, which is very, very good, and a lot more consistent than it was before with her. The fact that she now just recovers 33% HP as damage dealt, which is really, really nice, and then again reduces damage by 55% guaranteed, that's very, very good. The only issue I would say is they didn't really give her any defense. I think if they at least gave her, you know, like 50% attack and defense, you know, at the start of turn, plus all the high chances, that would have been easily fun. You know, B-Pan would have been honestly probably too good at that point, but again, like, it's a gacha game, like, who cares about balance? Alright, so now we're going to be talking about the GT Hero and then the GT Bosses category team. I'm just going to touch on GT Bosses real quick. This is actually a lot better than I thought it was going to be. The reason I say that is because they included Cell and Frieza. Again, the big thing with the GT Bosses category is if they built it like the GT, or not GT, but just the regular movie Bosses category team, it would have only included Omega, Baby, Metal Rildo, and Super 17. That was the greatest fear for me, because if they did that, think about how many characters would have been on this team. Baby, Omega, Super 17, Rildo. That's it. Like 4 characters. But thankfully, they didn't do that, and they included, number 1, all the other Shadow Dragons, of course, Rildo, and then they also included GT Frieza and GT Cell, which I think is very, very good. So again, Dokkan did a good thing, right? You know, right here, giving, you know, all these other smaller units more category teams. God knows Omega and Sin Shenron definitely needed it. Super 17 really needed it. Baby, not so much. Baby was actually pretty good. But GT Frieza and GT Cell really didn't need it as well, but again, just giving them extra categories is just really, really good. And I can't wait to see this category get buffed over time. Like, for example, a really quick one right here is they could just easily release a new version of the Team Bardock squad, except Shadow Dragons. That's all you have to do, you know? That's really all they have to do. And then we could get maybe a baby Dokkan Fest in the future. We could get like an EZA for the free-to-play GT Frieza and the GT Cells. We could potentially get a Rildo Dokkan Fest. I mean, we'll see if they ever decide to do something like that, but hopefully they do. Alright, so now it's GT Heroes. So this category is essentially every single unit in GT that is super class, is what I'm getting from this, because of course we're going to have all the Super Saiyan 4s, all the Gogetas, all the forms of Kid Goku, all the forms of Vegeta as well, Kid Goku, Kid Vegeta right there, Majub, Giru, Pan, Bra Pan, even Android 18, the LR Dragon Ball Seekers, the LR GT Trio, that's very good for them because they only have like 2 categories. So yeah, this GT Hero category is very nice. Again, this is the way Dokkan should be making teams for every single new one that they release. Like, this is nice. This is really good. They did a super good job with this one. Because at least for GT bosses, you know, they do have some units that they can release with them as well. Besides just obviously the main 3, Super 17, Omega, and Baby. They have Rildo, they have the other Shadow Dragons, they have GT Cell and Frieza. So there is a lot of potential here. Same thing with the GT Hero category, which of course is going to allow them to link up, you know, with basically every single GT Superclass unit in the game, which is going to be super good for them, because that's going to give them access to things like, you know, Giru, who's going to be Dragon Ball Seeker support. Guess what? You can run these 2 as a rotation, which is going to be super good. You have B-Pan, you have all the Super Saiyan 4s. So again, this is just a super good category. I think they did an amazing job with this. Alright, and now to Patan Battle. Again, this is JP exclusive. We're just going to take a look at all of the new cards that are going to be coming in Patan Battle. So here they are. Again, you know, that's basically it, you know, for this one. But again, those are going to be the cards that we're going to be able to collect during Patan Battle. Yep, this is the biggest thing I wanted to talk about. There's no free-to-play EZAs for Global. So essentially, we are only going to be getting these 2. In fact, I'll just show it right here. The new Dokkan Fests, the Awakening for Rildo, and then these guys right here, which I just now realized I did not pull up their details, which I'll do right now. Alright, let's talk about Metal Rildo, people. Metal Rildo greatly raises defense for 1 turn and then stacks attack, so very good. He gets 120% to defense at the start of turn. He gets 120% attack when performing a super attack. He gives GT bosses allies 2 key and 40% defense, plus an additional 60% attack and defense. He becomes effective against all types, and he has a high chance of stunning the attacked enemy for 2 turns if there's a GT Heroes category enemy, and then he recovers 5% HP at the end of the turn in which attack was received. And then his link set is actually pretty good, you know, with Metamorphosis, Big Bad Bosses, Thirst for Conquest, Fierce Battle, Nightmare, Fear, and Faith. And then his categories, he's on Artificial Life Forms, he's on GT Bosses, and then I think he's on Inhuman Deeds. Let me quickly check. The link, GT. Let me quickly pull up Rildo. Alright, so yeah, so Terrifying Conquerors, GT Bosses, and then Artificial Life Forms. Alright, so let me... I didn't do this, shoot. Well, let me quickly pull them up here. Alright, so this Trunks and Goten GT, they're GT Heroes, 120% to stats. They stack attack and defense. They get 3 key and 150% attack and defense at the start of turn. They get an additional 40% attack when performing a super attack. And then they launch an additional attack that's a medium chance of becoming a super attack. And then they have Goku's family category allies 3 key and 40% attack and defense, and then Vegeta's family 3 key and 40% attack and defense. So essentially, they get 150% to stats at the start of turn. They have 3 key. They launch, you know, a super attack with an extra 40% attack buff. They have a 30% chance to launch an additional super attack. And then there are a really big support type unit for Goku's family and Vegeta's family of 3 key and 40% to stats. And then their links are pretty good. So yeah, that's the GT Trunks and Goten unit. And then the last one is the GT Gohan and Goten. They're also GT Heroes 120%. They greatly raise attack and defense for 1 turn. They get 150% attack and defense when performing a super attack. Launches an additional attack that has a medium chance of becoming a super attack. And then GT Heroes 3 key and 40% attack and defense. So that is basically what they do. They do basically everything that they do, except they don't buff Goku's and Vegeta's family. They buff GT Heroes. Alright, so this is what Global's going to be getting. Again, we can quickly, you know, show the difference between the Global and the Japanese version, which they have not shown here, which is now making me look dumb. But as you guys can see, we're not going to be getting any of the easy A's, which really sucks. Which now begs the question, when are we going to be getting the easy A's? And I do not know the answer to that one. That is one that I wish I knew. So anyways, guys, that is going to do it for today's video. You guys can let me know what you guys think about, not getting the easy A's. To me, I guess you could say I kind of expected it. Again, they do tend to do these types of shenanigans for some reason. But I do think we are going to get something else to substitute for it, for sure. But again, we'll see. So anyways, guys, like I said before, that is going to do it for today's video. And I will see you all next time.